What's up? What's up? What's up?
What up, Coach?
What's going on?
Not
Welcome
much.
to Let's Get to the Facts podcast. I am your host, Doss, with my man, Coach Shot. As usual, we here to talk about sports, life, politics, everything. Coach, this is episode 20 for us, man. Episode
Yeah,
20.
man.
Yeah, we moving up. But hey, before we get started, I always got to throw out the sponsors because Let's Get to the Facts is sponsored by No More Struggling Entertainment, who just put out several videos and flicks this past week, couple of weeks. Not to mention Opium Clothing Line and the Original Bonuts. So, with that being said, how you doing, Coach?
I'm good, man. How about yourself, Coach?
I'm good, man. It's been a little weird though, because we ain't got much football talk to talk about. You know what I'm saying? And like the NBA season is cool, but I can't really get into it until the playoffs. It's too many games that take place.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we gonna do what we do, man. Because I mean, when it's all said and done, I'm still, in basketball, and for whatever reason, I always got to make this understandable to people.
Mm-hmm.
I am a Knicks first. I am Knicks first basketball fan, but I represent Cleveland because it's my home. Now I'm all Cleveland for versus everybody except for when they play the Knicks. So I need to make people understand this because people like, how you got two teams? Easy. The same way I have two NFL teams. I have a second NFL team because for a period of time, the Browns left us. So who was I supposed to cheer for? I ended up liking another squad, which ended up being the Seattle Seahawks. So I ended up being a Seattle Seahawks fan. And then when the Browns came back, I'm still a Browns fan. Why do you like the Knicks? Because back in the days when the Cavs was just a basketball team, there was this guy by the name of Michael Jordan. I was a Dominique Wilkins fan. So, Jordan always seemed to come out victorious in these dunk competitions, and that used to always make me mad. So the only team that I liked that caught my attention that was not afraid of Michael Jordan was the New York Knicks. Now, I understand you had the Bad Boys and the Detroit Pistons, but the Knicks started it a long time ago. So that's what it was, man. That's the reason why I am a Knicks fan. So I want to make sure I clear that for everybody to be like, but you from Cleveland. How you like? I have two teams I like. Whether you like it or not, I don't give a shit. But
it's funny you start this off because last night we out for to celebrate a birthday yesterday. My sister's husband's his birthday.
Okay.
So one of the dudes, family friend, he be watching. He will watch on live or whatever. He not live on YouTube. He watches this on YouTube. So he was like, I don't know where I'm sitting. I'm eating, talking to my girl, and he's like, Al. He's like, what's your co-host of other favorite college football team? I was like, Miami. He was like, how the hell he got two favorite teams for every sport? I said, listen, man, you're allowed to have a couple of favorite teams, man. Stuff happens.
Hey, man, listen. So, in high school, I always thought that was the squad that was going to recruit me. That was just me. I've always been a Hurricanes fan. Like, they always had that swag that I love. And when you play ball at Euclid like I did, Euclid matched Miami's swag of football. That's why they call us the U also. Even though it's EUCLID, it's the U. And that's what we focus on. So that's the reason why I've always been, with the Hurricanes. That's always been a thing to me. And then I ain't trying to be a downer or anything, but when I was like 17 years old, man, a girlfriend of mine bought me my very first starter coat. It was a Miami Hurricanes coat. And I got robbed at gunpoint for it.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it always stuck with me with that too. You know what I'm saying? So that's just one of those things, man. So yeah, that's why I don't have a. I guess I do got a double team. I got a double team for the baseball too. So that's kind of crazy.
It is what it is, man.
It is, man. I just thought about that. That's crazy. I do. So I mean, hey, man, it is what it is, you know. But yeah, but Ohio State is always Ohio State is first in that situation. Yeah. Ohio State is first. You know, if when Maurice Claret and them played them in the championship game, I was all for Ohio State, and I was all for Ohio State, and you know, Maurice Claret for them to go ahead and play against Miami. So I mean, that's just me, man. I'm strictly, you know, no, I am not Seahawks and Vikings. Seahawks in Cleveland. Seahawks in Cleveland. All right, Coach, man. So let's go ahead and get into one of the rumors I heard, and I just want to hear from you, see what you're thinking. Mm-hmm. Now, we already know we talked about Sam Darnold possibly coming, not Sam Darnold, Kirk Cousins possibly coming to Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now here's the new rumor. Aaron Rodgers to Cleveland.
No.
You said no. Hey, there's a lot of people that's fighting for this, and I was like, why? He's a cancer. He is cancer.
Somebody tell me why. Why him?
I don't know, man. They thinking that he didn't get a fair shot in New York. I was like, okay, he got injured his first year. You come back the second year, you disrespect the coach. Right after that, the coach ended up getting fired. Like you were the, you know what I'm saying? You brought Devontae Adams over. He didn't progress any. Garrett Wilson wants out. You're the problem, my guy. So we don't need that toxicity in Cleveland. We got enough issues with Myles Garrett ass.
We got enough, Coach. I agree with you. We don't need to add any more problem child players to the squad right now, especially an old, aging, non-mobile white quarterback who can't do nothing but friggin' trip off of mushrooms and acid. I'm cool, Coach. I no, we don't need that problem.
Yeah, I'm with you. Hugh, I see you on here, man. Hugh said hell no also. He was like, no,
thank you.
Don't know him. So I mean, but okay. So if we had to choose, like say we just decide not to get a quarterback in the draft. And so now our options are Tua, Aaron Rodgers, Sam Darnold, Dak Prescott, or Kirk Cousins. Who you taking?
You said Tua, Sam Darnold, Aaron Rodgers, or Kirk Cousins, or Dak?
And Dak Prescott.
Fuck my life. Listen, I would have hoped you to put Matthew Stafford in there, but I don't.
Oh, yeah, I just saw that. They put Stafford, like they say he can go. I'm with that though. I'm for that.
I take this. This is my order. I take Stafford first, if that's possible.
Right.
And then I take Dakota, even though I don't like him, but he's better than the rest of those bums out there. Listen, I gotta go with Dakota. I don't. No.
Yeah, exactly.
Bad taste in my mouth.
Hugh, you right. Big names don't always mean progress. You are correct about that. You are correct about that. I'm still on the Cam Ward train. I want Cam Ward. That's who I want. I want the rookie. I want somebody that can develop him. That's who I want. Get some linemen to protect him. And I think we got a decent receiving core. It's obvious Jerry Jeudy is our number one now. And we got a good supporting cast. So I think we can get a quarterback in, get some linemen protecting, find out what we got in Nick Chubb or draft a running back and move in another direction.
I think put it this way, if the Browns do this, and I wouldn't even be mad, Coach. Like I want Cam Ward, I want a Shador, but I wouldn't be mad if they do this. If they say they go get they trade like a Matthew Stafford for a third or maybe a fourth round pick. And then you use your first round pick, maybe, and I don't want to say this dude's name, Abdul Carter, maybe, or you go get you or you can still get you a quarterback that can be developed like like might not want to start Cam this year or Shador, but you still want to win.
Right.
I would still go get Stafford, draft either Shador or Cam to sit them on the bench or the best available. I'm really liking the defensive end out of Georgia. I think his last name is Walker or something.
Okay.
He's flying up the boards. I was looking at his tape, and I'm sorry I don't remember the young man's name, but I remember looking at his tape. I will go. He seems way better and more ready to play than Abdul Carter.
Okay.
I know he's jumping up the draft boards a little bit. I've been hearing little rumblings of his names. I will pick him and then build out the rest of my roster, with people to I'll go offense and defensive line because we need some help, get us some corners. But yeah, I want a quarterback with that first pick, but at the same time, Coach, I'm with you. I don't see going wrong with a Cam Ward or Shador, but if we get a Stafford, then that'll change that pick, that first pick for me.
I don't want Shador because Cleveland and Shador's personalities will clash big time to the point where it might end up with him getting hurt out here. And so I don't want him. I don't want him here. Cam Ward, I think he's a little bit more humble than Shador. Shador's flashy. You know how it is out in Cleveland. That don't always work, and people will try to make an example out of him just because of who he is and who his father is and stuff like that. So I would not take him. However, I'm definitely not for Aaron Rodgers, but it seems like the pick that everybody keeps saying that Cleveland's going to take is Travis Hunter. I don't want Travis Hunter here because Travis Hunter will lose his woman here, and then he will be a complete basket case from that point on, and then we stuck with him for years.
I love the kid. I love what he's going to sell you some tickets, but I just don't know if that's what we need. I don't know if we need I know they say when you look at our draft board needs, they talk about we need a cornerback, but I don't know if we need a cornerback in the first round.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This draft is got a lot of good cornerbacks. Like I've done a couple mock drafts where I done picked up a Kobe Bryant or or Jordan Hancock. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even drafts a few where Denzel Ward is still available. I mean, not Denzel Ward, but Denzel Burke is still available in the late, in the early third rounds. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't jump out the window right there and there unless you know that kid is going to produce on both sides of the ball for you. I know he did it in college, but NFL is a
different monster.
Yeah.
All right, so since we're talking about the draft, we'll keep it on there. But this is something that I saw popped up today on my phone, which I thought was real interesting. It said TreyVey Henderson, first round caliber, yes or no? And what I read was they said that they see him being a day 2 pick, first like one of the first 2 picks of day 2. But do you think he's first round? Do you think he should be a first round?
Just going based off of what the kid did in college, really no fumbles. I don't think he fumbled all 4 years that he was there.
Right.
He carried the load, he carried the rock. He could catch out the backfield. He got speed for days. I could see him sneaking in the possible, in that late first round towards the end. And I also in some of the mock drafts that I did, he's available in that early second. And he goes really early because there's times when I'm looking and it's like, okay, it's him, Caleb. I think his name is Johnson or whatever from Iowa, the kid that was from Cleveland. Kid.
number 2.
Yeah, him and then Judkins and TreyVey are always available when I start that second round. And I ain't gonna lie, I when I see those 3, I either have picked either Judkins or Caleb Johnson.
They got Judkins before Henderson.
Yeah, but I mean when I've been doing my drafts, Henderson, Judkins somehow always ends up in the second round. He's always available. Like the dude from the running back out of Boise is always one of the first backs gone, and then after that, you don't really see that. Like all of my drafts, that I've done, no running back has gone other than the dude from Boise in the first round, and everything else is second round.
Ashton Genty, yeah. I think that's just interesting, man. Like I don't know why Judkins is ahead of TreyVey Henderson. I mean, me personally, like I know we got him from what, Ole Miss? That's where he came from or whatever. Mm-hmm. But me personally, just watching, I never thought he was better than Henderson. I like the fact that they split carries, but I thought he was. Mm-hmm. I thought TreyVey Henderson was more take the top off before Judkins was.
Oh yeah, definitely. When you talk about speed and getting you're going to TreyVey. Just think about it this way: when Judkins had that one long run, I think it was in the national championship game, he ended up getting caught at the at 4 or 5 yard line. He ended up scoring later on. Mm-hmm. But I'm not gonna lie, if that was TreyVey, that's touchdown. He's not getting caught.
Right.
TreyVey is faster than Judkins. I don't know what their 40 time is. I don't know what their race, but just looking at what I've seen from watching Ohio State all year, TreyVey got that speed to kill. That's why they was called, what was they called? Sonic and Knuckles. He was TreyVey was Sonic and Judkins was Knuckles. He was the bruiser, the pounder.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I don't know. I saw that. I was real surprised by that. I was just like, oh, okay. So I was like, huh. Maybe, but I did see though in that same article they said they got TreyVey Henderson going to the Minnesota Vikings at 24.
Yeah, I mean I think he would do good. I ain't gonna lie, in the dome team in Minnesota, I don't know how he would do, like for the Browns. And you know, even though Ohio State is right down the street, it's a different type of cold though.
Yeah, no,
in Cleveland versus
you're right, it is
versus Columbus. So, yeah.
I don't know. I was just really surprised by that because I thought Henderson would have been at least number 4 out of the top 4 running backs. And when I saw he was under Judkins, I was just like, damn, like, okay, because obviously number 1 is Genty, number 2 is old boy from Scatterboo. Number 3 is kid from Iowa. Number 4. They were talking about some kid from North Carolina.
Yeah, it's been some couple kids that I haven't heard of in the season, but they're up there.
Right.
Like when you mentioned Cam Scatterboo, like I see him ranked in front of him, but like I said, every mock draft that I've done, and I've seen, like I picked Cam Scatterboo one time in one of my mock drafts. Okay. And that was because he was available. That was one of my early ones, and he was available I think it was in the 4th round. I haven't seen him go nowhere 1 through 3 in any of the mock drafts that I've done by anybody.
Wow.
He's third, mid-3rd to 4th round.
That's crazy. Because I honestly think he's a 2nd-day pick. He should be an easy 2nd-day pick.
The reason why I wouldn't say that, Coach, he don't put it this way. To me, he don't have that speed. He's a bruiser. But it's how much bruising you gonna do in the NFL when dudes are literally about twice his size? He's a short dude, short, stocky.
But he breaks though. People can't catch him when he breaks.
Yeah, but that's in college. I don't know. I think he might get caught in the NFL. I love the kid's heart. I put it this way. I love his heart. And if he was somehow fall to where the Browns could get him in the later round, I'm all for it.
Okay.
But I just can't spending the 1st or 2nd round pick on him. Nah, maybe a mid-3rd to 4th, but I can't do no 1st or 2nd on him.
I feel it. All right. Well, let's go on into that. So that's basically it for our football talk, Coach. Because man, we ain't really got nothing to talk about. I mean, the combine starts this week. Mm-hmm. And then that goes to March 2nd or whatever. So I think it starts Thursday. And then it goes to March 2nd.
I did a mock draft solely for you.
Oh shit.
For the Browns. So this is involving if we trade Miles. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the one I got. I got us picking Abdul Carter 2nd. Judkins with the 33rd pick. Then Tez Johnson 67th. Will Howard 94. And then we got a Boston College old tackle, Ozzie Tripalola, at 103. We got the tight end, Luke Lashkey out of Iowa at 165. I got Tonka Hemingway out of South Carolina at 194. Kobe King, the linebacker out of Penn State, 202. Trevor Etienne at 206. Jimmy Horn Jr., 216. Ty Hamilton at 217. And at 257, Fentrell Cypress out of Florida State, the cornerback.
Okay, so I don't like it. I don't want Abdul Carter. No.
Okay. So if we trade Miles, who you gonna get?
I'm taking Judkins over. Man, I don't want Judkins. I would take Henderson over him, but I would honestly take Scatterboo before Judkins.
Okay.
And Will Howard is a no. I mean, don't get me wrong. Will Howard
at 94th.
Man, listen. You know how many other quarterbacks is out there that I would take over him? Like, don't get me wrong. I get it. He a national champion. I get it. But there's just something about him that just I would take old boy Cal McCord before I would take Will Howard.
Oh hell no! Let's talk about something else.
Hey, you already know. Hey, look. Hey, then we put a bet on this. Then we put a bet that Howard's gonna have a better. McCord's gonna have a better record than.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, I believe it's a $20 bet on who gonna have a better career. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Hey, listen, I stand on the Cal McCord's cheeks, but okay.
So yeah, but now the offensive linemen and stuff, like a lot of the guys you started going down the board. I mean, obviously those are guys that don't really get enough shine on television for me to really know who they are and stuff. But once I start looking up the draft stuff, then I'll, I think I'll pay attention a little bit more to it because I want to see what's available out there for Cleveland. But I don't know, man. Like for Myles Garrett, I don't think with Myles we're going to that's going to be a free agency thing where we're going to get a draft like a one this year and maybe a one next year type of deal. Like we got the ability to scam somebody out of draft picks like Houston did us for Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because you see what they did with their picks. They took that team and built it up to where it's,
they around and drafted and built that defense.
Yeah. Yeah.
They use them Browns picks to draft them defensive linemen and them linebackers and one of the best young corners in the game right now. So they use those picks wisely.
And they picked up offensive players, and that's why they got them dudes was hurt. But if they wasn't hurt, Houston would have been a problem this year. So, all right, let's get into basketball, man. Let's get into basketball. So here's my first question. Does adding Luka to the Lakers put, them over OKC?
I don't. Luka don't play no defense for me.
But they winning explosively right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's like when you dating that girl for the first time, everything is hot and heavy. Everybody's in love,
right?
Everybody winning. You know what I'm saying? When you face some adversity, then that's going to show me what the team he was. But I'm not a Luka fan. I'm not, and I don't know. I'm gonna just go ahead and leave that question up to you. I don't care about the Lakers. I don't like Luka. So.
I'm not a Lakers fan, but I have noticed that he's energized the shit out of them. And what was really surprising to me, because everybody knows I'm not the biggest LeBron supporter or fan, but I do, tip my hat to him because he said that basically he's just like handing over the reins to Luka, and then they're basically going to support him. And I thought that was deep to hear him say that because I was just like, oh, all right.
So this the same LeBron that told Kyrie he was giving the keys to Kyrie. Like he just giving the keys to everybody in every franchise. Okay, LeBron, whatever works for you. Because at the end of the day, I'm just waiting for you to do your little everybody to the corners, and it's just me up top, and y'all just sit in the corners. So that's what I'm waiting for. So whatever works for you, LeBron.
I mean, but since adding him, they jumped. Like they're in fourth in the West now. They was like between like 8 and 9. They was down there.
But see, the thing is with the West, everybody's like 1 or 2 games off of each other, coach.
Yeah.
The West is the old East how it used to be.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Where everybody's not that too far away from each other as far as like, record wise. Because I'm about to pull up. Give me one second. I'm about to pull up the West's thing and talk to you real quick. So
you talking about their standings?
Yeah. So the West, the number one team is the Thunder. Of course, they lost 10 games. The Grizzlies is next with 20. The Nuggets is next with 20. The Lakers is next with 21. Right after the Lakers, the Rockets are right on their butts with 22 losses. Then the Clippers is 25. Timberwolves is 27. Mavericks is 27. Golden State is at 27. The Kings are at 28 and 28. Like, that's how close their division is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are 1 or 2
losses. That's what you're saying. You talking about losses? Okay.
Yeah. In the loss category. When you look at the East, you got the Cavs, 10 losses. Celtics, 16. 20 is the Knicks, and that's the third team.
Right.
You reach 20. The 20 team loss in the West is the Grizzlies, which is the second team.
Right.
So that I don't know how Lakers record is 34 and 21. So you won 13 more games than you lost. I don't know how to gauge that.
No, that makes sense. It does make sense when we already know that the East is more dominant right now. We understand. But the West is really close, and second through 6 is really close.
Yeah, it's really close.
I didn't even realize Memphis was that good this year. I didn't even pay attention to their record until I watched them against the Cavs, and I was like, they was giving the Cavs some problems. And now seeing it, I didn't even realize that they was that good this year.
That's when I paid attention, was when I was watching the Cavs game. I didn't really pay attention to them because my dude, little pistol starter, John Morant, was just fucking shit up. So I stopped paying them any attention.
Right.
And then I didn't know they was that good this season either. So when I watched the Cavs game yesterday, I said, it was a good game.
It was. It definitely was. And John Morant is explosive all day long. I'm lightweight mad that all that stuff came out about him because I saw him being what Anthony Edwards is to the NBA right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I saw him as being.
He don't know how to leave the hood stuff alone, man. Listen.
Yeah, that is true.
Ant is hood. But Ant is hood in this situation where he ain't gonna mess his money up with no pistol. Ant is hood by he's sleeping with everybody. He having babies with everybody. That's how Ant is hood. And how he talked to, seen a thing when he was talking to Obama and all them and how he was speaking. Like, that's how he's just a true hood person. But even Ant said it. He don't want to be the face of the league. He don't want that.
Right. So, and people made a big deal about the way he was talking to Obama. And it was just like, wow.
Man, that's a regular conversation on the street, coach.
Exactly. They were just clowning. And Obama likes to have those type of conversations.
Yeah.
I don't think he felt disrespected by it. So I don't know why everybody else is making it. They're like, he's the president.
They so stuck on that, like how you said, the president and that respect factor, not knowing, hey, that man is a regular man beyond that title. He's probably at home saying the same shit that we talking about, cussing, everything that we do. That's what people need to understand. He's a regular man at the end of the day, the start of the day, the middle of the day. He's still a regular man, and he's used to that conversation. Man, come on, man, in the hood, like, come on.
But he actually, like, he trash talks, and he loves basketball. He trash talks while he's watching basketball. So, I'm like, I don't understand why people are out here making like a big deal about it. I don't know. That was
it's just a lot of sensitive ass people in the world, coach.
That's very, very true. Very true. All right, so then let's go to the next one. Jimmy Butler and GSW is looking very promising. I mean, they're 5-1, 6-1 since his arrival.
Mm-hmm.
So you see, they're starting to climb up out of the gutter too, because now they're ranked what, 9?
Mm-hmm.
So they was just 13. So they making it. They making a run too, and they saying that him coming on is actually helping Steph get open, and then it's making everybody else. Like he's a different version of Klay Thompson. Because he'll drive to the hoop. You know what I'm saying? He'll shoot, he'll knock down the mid, he'll shoot the three, he'll do whatever he needs to do to make sure they win. And then we already know what he like in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So
they said Jimmy was out there coaching the team. So, you know, when he was in Minnesota, he took the bench and a couple people in the G League and beat the starter. So, you know, Jimmy a monster.
Yeah, most definitely.
So I agree with Draymond said. He wanted another asshole, and he got another asshole in Jimmy Butler on the team. So y'all good now.
Hey, most definitely. And they playing like that. Now they playing like, you know what I'm saying, we believe we needed just like a jump start. And he bringing that to GSW. So I'm interested in seeing how all of this is gonna work out for him. Yeah. You know. So yeah, man. What?
I said Jimmy Buckets, man.
Jimmy Buckets, man, and that's player. That's his nickname when he's in the playoffs. Jimmy Buckets. Yeah. That's when he turn it on then. So that lets you know, like that dude just waiting. Like we're gonna slide in. We're gonna get into these playoffs, and then we're gonna do it. Are they doing the what is it?
The play-in tournament.
Yeah.
Man, I think so, man. But they need to get rid of.
The NBA struggling. They struggling with stuff to keep people entertained.
And real quick, and I think it was Channing Frye. I seen him on Twitter talking about the NBA's problem is that they have nostalgia for the 80s and 90s basketball. And I'm like, nah, that's not the problem. It's not the nostalgia. It's the problem is these young kids can't sit. They have an attention deficit, or they are not watching basketball games. Like you could take them to the game, you could take them to a game personally. They will watch it,
right?
But they're not watching it at home. They're watching highlights,
right? So
you're never going to get that viewership. And then another thing, I'm sorry.
Thank you for the gift.
I ain't trying to watch games that the final score is 150 to 140. That means there was no defense being played. I'm not trying to watch that.
Exactly.
And what also messed it up too, me as a Cavs fan, I did not download the app to watch the Cavs game this year. Why? Because the app last year was horrible.
Right.
I did not want to waste my money again this year, so I missed out on damn near all their games unless it was on ESPN or now they got on the WB the second half of the season, some of their games.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm not watching it because I'm not about to pay y'all that amount of money for an app that ain't working.
But not only just that, like I have an issue with, I'm not gonna pay you for something we used to get for free on a regular basis. I have a major problem with that. Like when you buying your cable stations and all of that other stuff, the local stations was important because we can get access to our sports. So now even locally, we can't even get access to our sports because now we got to go buy some damn app. Or we got to download something, or we got to buy the NFL package or the NBA ticket and all of that other stuff. Like, I'm not trying to do all of that, man. Like, that's why your shit is dropping in ratings like crazy. That's why I'm not in favor of the NFL going to Netflix. And I didn't even like the Prime thing when they was doing the Thursday night games on the Prime. So I don't like that none of that is taking place, truth be told, because it hurts us as fans, and now the NBA is seeing why it's hurting. Go back to doing deals with people that will stream locally. Stop being greedy and going for these streaming apps.
Nobody's going to go do that because, like, at the end of the day, coach, I think it was like $150 for the whole season.
Okay.
I was never really able to watch a game on the app. Like I cut it on my phone, it wouldn't load. Or I cut it on at home, it will load up, and then all of a sudden, it'll just cut off in the middle of it.
Okay.
Like why am I paying you for something that barely works?
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But that's one thing I can say about the NFL. I hope they don't do that. I'm glad you could catch like the Browns games locally.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm happy with. And it should be the same thing for your local sports. It should be the same thing. Like I'm glad. What's that? Hold on.
So he was saying basically that, you know, he wants, like, we should be able to see local sports at local times. All right, go ahead.
Oh, you talking about? Because it was I think it was a law that they was trying to pass down to Columbus because they got even mad that for the Buckeye games because they was on Peacock that you had to have the Peacock streaming service.
Yeah.
And the I forgot he was a congressman or whatever in Ohio Senate House or whatever down in the State House or whatever. He basically said, why are we charging people like students or whatever just to watch the game that they can't even afford to go watch in person?
Exactly.
They should at least be able to watch television.
Exactly.
And I agree with you. Your local sports should be on your local channels.
Especially when we pay taxes for stadiums and all of that other stuff. Yes, most definitely. It should be available. So, yeah, man. I don't know. All right, so we got to move on because there's an important topic I want to get into. So we got two more sports ones. Then there's an important topic I really want to get into because I know it's going to rub you wrong. But why isn't Jason Taytum considered that guy, like the face of the NBA? Why is it that nobody seems to want to give this man his credit?
He light skinned. Because he light skinned. I don't know. I really don't know. I tried to say maybe and I thought about it too, because I remember like it was a time and point when the Celtics was coming up, and it was like, oh, he's the next face of the NBA. And I'm like, all right, cool. I don't know if it got something to do with him being with LMA, the singer. I don't know. It's weird because he should be the next person, but you still got LeBron and Steph still out there, so it's kind of like, are they going to give up their seat to him right now, or he's going to have to wait? By the time he waits, is there going to be another face of the NBA that's younger than him?
So, I think that there's some validity to that. However, I think one is because he's not outspoken. That's one.
Yeah.
Two, I think here's my issue with it. Why does he have to be that guy or the face? Because truth be told, the Boston Celtics play team basketball. So they got multiple guys on there that can take the lead of that team and be the main guy instantly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like I get it. I get it. He's the leader for the Celtics. But they play team basketball, so why does one guy got to stand out over the other? Like, is it necessary to have him be that? Do we have to have that?
I think that's what they want, and I think him and Jaylen Brown is not giving that to him.
Okay.
I think that's what they want. You know how they always want to have somebody in the forefront, somebody the face.
Right.
But I just think they're running into a problem right now. Like, Jaylen Brown, to me, is as good as Jason Taytum on some nights and can be better than him on some nights.
I agree.
But I think just because they're not, they're not racing to the top of the mountain to see who's going to be that face. And I think they're okay with playing team ball and being a good teammate and being on a good team.
Right.
I think that's one of the issues.
I think that's it too. Because I was just like, I don't understand why everybody's pushing for it so much. But then I guess I do understand. So, but I think it's more about the team basketball aspect of it. All right, so I want to move on to the next topic. Next topic is the Knicks are not built for a championship run. This is driving me insane. I thought with Brunson, honestly, I like the team we had last year, but when we brought over Karl Anthony Towns, I said, yep. I said, we going to the ship. We own the East now. Mm-hmm. These dudes cannot beat anybody above them. They can't beat the Cavs. They can't beat the Celtics. And then they still struggle with Indiana. So it's like, what is I don't know what the issue is with my squad, man. I really don't.
If you let them tell you, if the New York media and everyone wants to tell the story, when Mitchell Robinson comes back, they're going to be a way better team. I don't know how that's going to work out because you had Cat that's been playing the big, the center position. Exactly. Now you're going to slide him to power forward. I don't know how that's going to work out because you see how they worked out with him and Rudy Gobert. It didn't work out.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I think what happened, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Miles Bridges, that pickup kind of ruined the feng shui of what y'all had. Defense, what's his name? Dante DiVincenzo should have stayed.
Yeah,
I think they
DiVincenzo.
messed.
Yep.
Yeah, they messed up the feng shui when they added Miles Bridges in, because when you look at it, they have nothing off the bench
At all. It's a struggle.
and
It's
then you don't really have no 3-point shooters.
There's
you
one,
have Brunson,
but he's on the bench.
Yeah.
So
you have.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a struggle. It's frustrating, but it is. I'm a Knicks fan. It's like being a Browns fan. I'm a Knicks fan. I'm a Browns fan. So that's what it is. All right, Coach.
Sad to say.
I want to get into this topic with you, man, because this is something we've talked about for a while, but it's something that's starting to surface a little bit more, and it's kind of like rubbing me wrong. So here it is. Whoops. Hold on. Let's turn this ticker off. It did the ticker. I didn't want the ticker. I don't know why it's coming up as the ticker for that.
It's cool.
But anyways, my topic is, why do black fraternities and sororities, why are they supporting Trump? Because to me, this is really, 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 really bothering me. And the reason why it bothers me is because you're in a black organization. Your purpose in this organization is to uplift black people, black organizations. Like we do this because, we honor our shield, as we call it. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, man, I can't grasp the concept of how you supposed to uplift the black fraternity and sorority, and now you vote for a white supremacist who tears down everything that black people are doing. So that makes me look at you funny. Because, dude, like, you're sitting up in there like, yeah, Donald Trump, I'm a black, I rep these letters on my chest. I support black organizations. But Donald Trump tells you, yeah, we celebrating Black History Month, but y'all can't celebrate on federal jobs. You can't celebrate Juneteenth, Martin Luther King Day, Black History Month, period. How do you support that? How do you stand? Like, I can't grasp the concept. I don't care if you paid your dues. I don't care if you got your cards. I don't care if you got your letter. It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me that I'm seeing this many black people, especially in our fraternity, that is sitting up there like, yes, I'm a Trump supporter, Trump this, Trump that. And then you're shitting on black women, black men, like Kamala Harris. Like, talk to me, Coach. Talk to me, man.
It's funny because it's a younger frat brother of ours, cool dude, man, young guy from out of Detroit, man. I talk to him a lot because he's a Trump supporter, and he's one that I can actually have a conversation with. And he's not opposed to hearing my side of the story. And I remember a conversation I had with him. This was before the election. And granted, this was like maybe a three-hour conversation, Coach. But to me, some of them are just like they had enough of the system that they want to see the system torn all the way down. Some of them are opportunists and they're only in there for themselves, because there's no way you can tell me you go to a Black History thing and then the next day the man turns around and defunds what is it, the 1890 HBCUs that was founded in 1890. He defunded all of those. So that right there, you are an opportunist. You're in there for yourself. You don't care about your skin folks. Right. I go back to the saying, all skin folk ain't your kin folk, and they are proving us right. You always gonna have a I can't even call him Uncle Tom's, because the real definition of Uncle Tom was a good slave. So the real word that we should be calling them is Sambos.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
They are driving.
Yeah, they shucking and jiving. They Sambos, and they're all in it for themselves. Byron Donald, you're a Sambo. Tim Scott, you're a Sambo. All them black people that went in there in that place on for Black History Month, you're a Sambo. Why? Because y'all cheered for the man that said, "Oh, I'm gonna give you statues, nothing tangible." He ain't giving you nothing that you could take home to your people that you could use. He's giving you statues in a fucking garden. I don't want that shit.
And he ain't gonna even do that. He ain't gonna even give him that shit.
He just talking shit. But I'm with Kendrick. I want my 40 acres and a fucking mule. I'm not. You're not about to give me some tangible fucking. You're not about to give me some fucking statues. What the fuck are we gonna do with that? Walk past it and look at it?
Exactly.
While at the same time you're ripping down everything that the black community has ever fought for and built. Like, let's go back to this DEI stuff. Yeah, it mostly people that benefited most from DEI was white women. I get it.
Yes,
because I see it at the county. There's a white lady, and the county is one that talks about, oh yeah, we love our DEI initiatives. We're gonna keep pushing it, and all this other stuff. But when you look at the people who are at the head of the county, they're all white people.
Right.
The county executive is white. The county, his deputy chief of staff is white. The head of HR is a white woman. That's their DEI. They added her. That was their diversity, equity, and inclusion. They added her. So my thing is this: y'all are fighting against this shit. Yeah, white women benefited from it, but you're not coming with nothing else to replace it to help us out. If you don't like it, give me another idea. Give me something else to help us out to get where we need to be.
Yeah.
And if you can't say nothing, then why are we talking to you?
Right. I can't stand it because like I had a conversation with a fraternity brother of mine. He's a younger dude too.
Mm-hmm.
I've known him forever. But just listening to him saying, "Oh, you're about to find out all this evidence that they done found out. Doge done found this." I said, then how come they haven't presented it? I said, it don't take like a rocket scientist to figure this shit out, dude. Like, they've been screaming that they had evidence on Hillary Clinton in emails. They've been screaming that for the longest time. We got evidence on Hillary Clinton in these emails. You ain't presented nothing. We got Barack Obama is not a full American. He did wait till we get his birth certificate. His birth certificate was proven. You proved nothing. Joe Biden and his son are corrupt. And you got his son on what? Coke?
Tax evasion and coke.
Tax evasion and coke. But you said that they was crime families. Oh, the Clintons. We got the Clintons. The Clintons is going to be doing it. You haven't provided nothing. Hillary's emails, nothing. So Joe Biden, crooked, nothing. Kamala Harris is this, that, and the other. You've proven nothing. The government has been stealing all of this money. Wait till you see where all the money has been going. Why are they waiting? Like I told this dude, I said, man, it's been 10 years and they still haven't proved nothing. You guys have literally been sitting back for 8 to 10 years waiting for information to drop to prove that all of these people are guilty, and they have not proven nothing to you. So now what they do, they play the same game that they've been playing with you for years. Oh, we found all of this corruption. You gonna tell me that these egotistical ass people are gonna hold on to it? You know for a fact if Donald Trump and them found something today that was corrupt on somebody, they will not hesitate to drop that bomb in front of people. That shit will be on every news platform possible. They have not found nothing. And I keep trying to tell this dude, like, do you realize how like crazy you sound? Because you're literally not listening to anything. Like, you're not even listening to your own common sense.
All they doing is repeating talking points that they hear in those right-wing bubbles. Like, I'm sick of it because it's not the reality of the situation. Like, my whole thing is this. You talk about all this fraud and stuff that you found. Like how you said, you haven't brought no evidence, and everything that you brought so far has been debunked, has been sought out to be a lie. Yes. So my thing is this, people, y'all need to start paying attention to this, y'all MAGA people. Why is it that every every government organization that Elon first went after were all investigating him or Donald Trump and doing something.
Exactly.
So yes, they're going to say, "Oh, we found this fraud to hide the shit that they shut down and the money that they stealing." You come out the other day, "Oh, I got to talk to Donald Trump about this, but I'm trying to give $5,000 back to people of their own money." Nigga, that's not even half of the money that y'all supposedly found. That's not even a tenth of the money that y'all supposedly found. And if it is money that y'all found, it was our money, our tax money. You're only gonna give us $5,000 back of it,
But
and
not
then
only
you
just
come
that.
out.
Go ahead, Coach.
No, and then today I found out that was even a lie. The truth behind it is now they want to set up for this. They wanted to be like this. Okay, if we do give y'all some money back, we're not gonna give it to poor people because poor people just gonna spend it and it's gonna rise inflation. We're gonna give it to people that can pay off bills and save it. So it won't really affect inflation. All that. Like, nigga, that's dumb. Anytime the government gives out money, inflation is gonna come.
Exactly.
Like, let's stop it. Like, stop. Like, people, the American people is this, and I'm gonna say this, Coach. I'm gonna let you go ahead. I blame this shit on No Child Left Behind because the motherfuckers that we're dealing with now are those kids that was part of the No Child Left Behind. You were never taught right. You were never taught how your government works. You were never taught anything. All they did was promote your ass on through, and now you're voting and you're fucking up the world. Yes. Y'all didn't even know how to use your fucking phone and Google the shit. We told y'all about Project 2025. They had Project 2025 for dummies broken down in the PowerPoints. But guess what? None of you motherfuckers went and Googled it, and y'all went and voted for this nigga. Now y'all looking up there, oh, I didn't know he was coming after veterans jobs. I didn't know he was coming after farmers. Motherfucker, we told you.
We told you. He was coming after every goddamn thing. But you didn't want to listen because the reason why people voted the way they voted was because they didn't think it was going to affect them. They thought it was going to affect other people. And that's the reason why they voted the way that they did.
They were racist.
But when I'm sitting back and I'm looking at the way these our fraternities and sororities are doing it, it's making me question them, like,
because it's we all know, Coach, every frat brother ain't your real frat brother. Some of these motherfuckers just get in there. They go in there for college. They go in there for notoriety while they're in college. To fuck a couple girls here and there. That's really it. They not really on the Manly Deeds scholarship and love for all mankind. They don't live by those.
Right.
They got in there for their own self-interest, and now that you're done with college, now they're trying to do more for their own self-interest. They don't give a fuck, because if you did and you live by those that Manly Deeds scholarship and love for all mankind, you would never vote for that man because he doesn't have love for all mankind.
He don't have it's shit. Let's just call it what he don't have no love for us whatsoever. He keeps like he look like all of those black people that showed up to the White House for what was that, Cash Patel's swearing in, but it was supposed to be like a Black History celebration, whatever. He's sitting up in there like Trump never even came in there and acknowledged those people. They like, oh, we in the White House, but why didn't Trump come talk to y'all? Trump didn't come in and acknowledge y'all. Trump didn't come and see y'all. Trump didn't come and speak to y'all at all. And y'all sitting up in there like videotaping yourselves, looking stupid. Looking stupid. And that man didn't even have one word to say to y'all because he don't care. But y'all are so desperate to make this man care for y'all. Y'all look just as dumb as the Hispanics did when they were voting for him. Trump for Hispanics, for Latinos, for Trump. And then
he used you.
And then he turned around and now he deporting your asses all over the place.
Listen, it's like, Coach, like how you just said, he had all them people there, right? All them black people. But guess what? He also had like motherfuckers like Kodak Black and them other people there, right?
Yeah.
Guess what happened, Kodak? As soon as you left, he removed all the protective status for all your Haitian people. So the Haitian community in Springfield, they're in fear because they're going to get deported. The Haitian community in Florida, they're in fear because they're going to get fucking deported. So, nigga, you went there, Kodak Black, you went there solely for yourself because Donald Trump pardoned you. Lil Boosie, you went there because you're trying to get a pardon. So you're selling yourself to a fucking coon ass, to a white person who ain't gonna do nothing for you. He gonna make you dance, shuck and drive before he even signs a pardon for you, Boosie.
Man, let me tell you, when I learned that Boosie went there, I lost all respect for him. I don't give a shit how hood you are, whatever it is. I lost all respect for him when I saw that because you was a hero in the hood that could get like you got influence. You can make a person wake up. Like you got that type of influence. And what you just showed everybody is if I just play the game and I shook and jive, then you get what you want.
Mm-hmm.
And that bothered my soul so much because I had so much respect for that man, and to watch it happen, I was just crushed on that one. But I just can't with the black fraternities and sororities. Like when we have get-togethers and stuff, like I'm gonna be looking at people crazy. Like that's just me, man. Like I'm gonna be looking at people like, how are you wearing those letters on your chest knowing you support a white supremacist? How do you uplift and tear down at the same time?
Because this is my thing, Coach. A lot of these people, a lot of our fraternity brothers, sorority sisters, whatever, they ain't never had to fight for shit. They don't know how to. A lot of them ain't had to struggle for shit. So therefore, everything that our past, our seven jewels did, all the way down to your founders of each fraternal organization did, they don't have no respect for that shit. They are using these colors and these letters to get what they want.
Right.
Like this is the thing. When I joined our frat, Coach, I ain't joining it for nothing else but I knew Martin Luther King was a bruh, and I wanted to help out my community, help everybody, help out the black community and do something good for us.
Right.
I never once got into it and it was like, damn, what can I get out of it? I never went to. I got fraternity brothers that's working many different jobs that I can reach out to. I never once called them for a job because guess what? If I don't have the background for that job, I'm not gonna waste my time.
Right.
I'm not about. I've never gotten to the fraternity to use the fraternity. I allowed the fraternity when I was in college. I allowed the fraternity to use me as a vessel to get every word out and everything else out. I never used the fraternity because I just didn't think I could. Like, what was the point?
Right. I got you. All right. Well, I just wanted to have that conversation with you, man. But it's time to get it off your chest. Is anything you want to get off your chest, Coach?
Yeah, man. Elon Musk, man. Like, I'm really tired of you, my dude. I'm really, really tired of you because this is my thing. Now you affecting my household. You know what I'm saying? Like you already I already got some sleepless nights because yes, I work for the county, and yes, the county does get some funding from the federal government, and I'm waiting for some of that shit to come downhill eventually. But you are fucking with federal workers have done nothing to you. Mm-hmm. You and Donald Trump on this revenge tour, y'all are fucking up people's lives, and this is the thing: you're hurting your own people. You're hurting your own people, and this is my thing. And I want y'all to listen closely. Ellen, the orange orangutan menace himself. Y'all got to understand this. Y'all gonna fuck over the wrong person, and when I mean the wrong person, y'all gonna fuck over one of your own. And y'all already know your own. That MAGA crowd is already batshit crazy, and it ain't gonna be no attempt this time. It's gonna actually happen. Someone's going to kill that man. Or kill both of them.
Unalive.
I'm sorry, they're going to get unalived. They're going to get unalived. And the way that they're going is that's where they're headed for. You're hurting people who voted for you who didn't think that they were going to get hurt. So hurt people, and they're going to hurt you. They're going to unalive you. That's and facts. Lastly, I'm gonna go on my Stokely Carmichael thing here, my Fred Hampton thing here, Black Panther. Black people, brown people, white people who are all poor, disenfranchised, who don't make no money. The wealth gap is extremely ridiculous. I know y'all feel it, and y'all feel it in y'all pocket. Inflation is killing y'all. But at the end of the day, if we don't come together and fight that top 1% who we outnumber, we're going to continue to keep struggle. We have to stand up, and I'm asking anyone who's in view of this podcast, February 28th, do not shop at no major corporations. Yes. Go mom and pop. We have to start and we have to set the tone now. We have to, or else we're going to be going down this path, and it's going to be a long, hard path. And I'm not in this to we gotta come together. We gonna have to save ourselves. We can't look at them top people at the top because they're not gonna save us. And this is the last thing. I'm sorry, very last thing. And one thing that we all need to realize is we're not in the same tax bracket as them. They don't give a fuck about us. America is not about. It's not about race, because this is the thing. In America, green money, as in green, only respects green. So if you have the right of money and you're in their tax bracket, they may hate you, but they still gonna mess with you because you have the money. But if you're poor and you're their skin color, they don't care nothing about you because you're poor. Mm-hmm. You can't go to the same venues as they are, or eat at the same $10,000 a plate dinner tables that they doing. You're a non-fucking factor to them.
Right.
The way you become a factor to them is stop doing for them. Stop making their money. Stop making them rich. Then you will become a factor. Then they'll be coming to the table like, hey, what y'all want? But that's it.
All right. And I like the fact that you put out February 28th, the blackout, because that is what's taking place on February 28th. Do not shop at no place. All right. Mm-hmm. So we are actually a minute over time, but I'm going to do mine and I'm
sorry, Coach.
Oh, no, you good, man. You good. I mean, that was an important message that needed to come out. Here's my message. I'm keeping political as well. Democrats. So, Ocasio-Cortez, Jasmine Crockett, Hakeem Jeffries, just the Democratic Party, period. And I keep calling their three names out because they're the main people.
Yeah,
I need y'all to hear me, and I need y'all to hear me clearly. I made a video about this today on my TikTok, but it says y'all need to stop trying to hold up the Constitution. You guys are fighting with a guy who does not respect the law. I respect the fact that a lot of you guys are going by the book, by the law, because you want to still make sure it shows that it is effective in our country. But right now, this is the time that you guys got to get drastic. Donald Trump does not respect the law. Donald Trump does not respect the Constitution. When he confronted the lady from Maine just this week, or actually last week, she said, I will see you in court. I'm doing things by the law. He said, I am the law. So the fact that he made himself feel that he is the law, that tells you where we're headed. He doesn't respect it. He's never been convicted of anything serious. That's why he walked around still being able to run as president, because y'all gave him a slap on the wrist for something he should have been doing serious time for. It is time that you people start getting dirty. You got to play dirty. You might have to get violent. You're going to have to take it to another level, because that's the only thing that they respect and understand is violence. The reason why he got so much power was because he had people willing to fight for him, literally. The Democratic Party needs to give them a taste of their own medicine and let them know this is where it's at. This is what is about to take place. You keep saying we got to fight. You can't fight by doing the little things that you're doing, because the part of the plan was to flood the courts with all types of cases and stuff, because they knew that it was going to be all over the place and you weren't going to be able to stop stuff. So that's part of the Project 2025 plan. What you guys need to do is fight dirty. You need to get dirty. You need to get violent. And that's the message you need to send to the people, because people are like, y'all are too nice. Y'all are too nice. And that's why nobody respects you. Trump is a bully. Bullies need to get punched in the mouth. Somebody needs to start doing the punching. Jasmine Crockett is out there. She's with her words like crazy. She's almost gotten into blows with several women on the floor. She like, they calling her out. She like, you can meet me wherever. But the thing is, that's the mentality y'all need to have moving forward. If you want to make a change, That is what you need to do moving forward. And that's me getting it off my chest. Remember, February 28th is the blackout. Do not shop at any place that is corporate. Support mom and pops. It's only one day. One day.
Mm-hmm.
This is to send a shockwave to let them know that if we do this, we can do something even bigger and stronger. So y'all better pay attention. So one day, people, February 28th, blackout. And with that being said, this brings us to the end of our show. Once again, I'm the host, Doss, my man, Coach Shot. Appreciate y'all. We'll catch y'all next week.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
y'all. Yep. All right.